Out here today, we're working on a client's property clearing cedar trees. We're using the big saw on the skid loader, and we're using that to go in these real thick spots, and we're just pretty well clear cutting it just to get that grass to come back. We're going to increase the cover for wildlife with that grass. Those trees are so thick when you get underneath of them, there's nothing growing under there anyway. The other thing we're doing is we'll be using the chainsaw and going through some of these areas that are more bedding areas for the wildlife. And we'll go through, and what we're going to start with, a lot of these trees are 15 feet tall or so, some of them taller than that. But to start out with, we're going to go through and basically every tree, my height or shorter, we're going to cut it out. And basically we're just going to start thinning these bedding areas. With the grazing practices we're doing, we're getting native warm season grasses, 5-6 feet tall. Those provide a lot better bedding than sick cedar tree thickets do anyway. Again, we're gonna get started here. This is a bedding area right off of a food plot. We've got a bedding area here, bedding area over there. So we're gonna start in here and just start slowly working at them with the chainsaw. Again, we can't use the skid loader in here because it's just too thick to try to maneuver a skid loader in and selectively cut the trees we want. So we came through, cleaned the fence, just easier to maintain with cattle in there. And then on some areas we did leave them as a screening, just clean the branches out of the fence line as a screening around food plots. Mostly just cleaning up the fence, get them out here, get these trees burned up here. We just want to get ahead of the trees now before, there's a lot of little trees starting to come in. We want to just thin them out. We want some of the trees for the deer. We just don't want them to be so thick that the deer don't even want to use them at some point. So it's just time to go through and start thinning them out. And once we get them cut off and piled, the best way is burn them like this just to get rid of them.